This is the game of the year. This is the sixth time in the history, at least since the inception of Monday Night Football, that Super Bowl contender to champion, loser to winner, there was a rematch on Monday Night Football the following year. Two teams with winning records, two teams with a lot to aspire right now. Now on the road, the Philadelphia Eagles, a 3-point favorite, maybe one or two places you can still find. For the most part, this thing is shifted to 2.5. Whether that's the sharp market or whether that's just people figuring something out, we have meaningful football in prime time. And I'm excited. And you should be too. Like, there's a lot here just to extrapolate beyond the Super Bowl rematch. But don't overlook that. As you hit the thumbs up button, as you come on in, we're over 100K now, strong. So we appreciate you. Hit me with the score. 21-17 for me, Philadelphia. That's my score. 21 is the magic number. You put up 21 of the Chiefs, you win the game. You don't put up 21 of the Chiefs, you lose the game. That's been the story so far this year. So absolutely, I think the Eagles can get to 21, and that's enough for me. 21, they sneak by. 21-17. You let me know your score. DraftKings is here. 21 or older. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. I'm going to hit you with this. A no-sweat same-game parlay, 325-1 same-game parlay. But first, here's my parlay. And we're going to start under 45.5. Why am I so right now set with the 38-point total, under 45.5? A lot of it just has to do with where these teams are on Monday night. Last 8, Philadelphia's 2-6 to the under. Last 6, Kansas City's 1-5 to the under. Yeah, it's baked in, trends, all that stuff. But if you look at it, neither one of these teams have been consistently, at least with the Chiefs, consistently high-flying on offense. We've seen the Eagles, despite having this immense amount of talent, especially in the offensive line, move away from certain stuff because there's like this inherited belief that you have to have balance. It's like, no, just pound the weakest defender out there. Who cares who it is? Every now and again, you do see that, but you haven't seen that with the Chiefs enough. And these defenses, the Eagles can get you multiple ways, specifically just pressuring the quarterback. The Chiefs as well, we've seen them shut down the passing game, which is how the Eagles do get up and down the field. Under 45.5 first leg. Second, and I'll build the monster. Trust me. I actually already have the monster one built for you, but the second leg here is Jalen Hurts. Under 36.5 rushing yards. The Kansas City Chiefs give up over 4.5 yards per game on the ground. The Chiefs are so bad against the rush. Well, shouldn't that open up something for Jalen as far as, to carry the football? No. He'll get a tush push or two, which will be a yard or two. He may get a scramble, but this is still a guy who needs to take it easy on his freshly rehabbed knee. This is still a guy who shouldn't be needed in the ground game. You see what I'm saying? So Jalen Hurts under 36.5 rushing yards is part self-preservation. It's also part logic. If, in fact, the Philadelphia Eagles do not take advantage of just one of the worst rushing defenses from an efficiency standpoint in the NFL, I mean, like 30 in the NFL, somebody should be fired. If not fired from their position. Brian Johnson, you're no longer calling plays. Nick Sirianni, you're no longer involved in execution and game plan, whatever it is on game day. Somebody needs to be physically removed from their responsibilities. The Chiefs' defense is so porous on the ground that DeAndre Swift, especially after the Eagles activate Cam Jurgens, get out of here. I don't want to hear it. I'm not listening to you. Bet $5, get 200 instantly. 31st in rush efficiency defense. Are you kidding me? Stop. I've got a 325-1 no sweat same game parlay, but you have to sign up at DraftKings in order to get it. Savvy? All right, last leg here. DeAndre Swift. Yeah, I mean, right? Over 59.5 rushing yards. Swift is the man who gets carries. Swift is the lead back. Swift is a guy who will be relied on, especially to take some pressure off of Jalen Hurts running the football. Correlation right there, as you see, a little 4-1. Hey, that qualifies for a boost on FanDuel. We talk about all these books because it's Odd Shopper. DK is where you get this, but this isn't your no sweat. This is just the same game parlay of the night. DeAndre over 59.5, Hurts under 36.5, both rushing, and the score stays under 45.5. Now, here is your no sweat same game parlay, 325 to 1. This is a monster. But look, I told you already, this is all about narrative. Told you already about the under, the trend there working towards the under. This should definitely be something you look at for an underplay. Chiefs laying 6. Step up. Major statement here at home to change the narrative about how they've played against good teams, better teams, and how this is all about the Philadelphia Eagles seeking revenge. Oh, it's Super Bowl revenge, which I do think there's credence to, but I also believe that the Chiefs could respond to that. Let's flip over that for just a second, get to Kenny Gainwell. Here's a guy whose confidence has been restored, and the offense has restored confidence in him. He will get opportunities and touches in the red zone. He's dangerous out of the backfield. He's dangerous catching or running. Any type of quick play to Gainwell, definitely live as an anytime. And you talk about reversing the narrative. Travis Kelce, pedestrian at best without Taylor Swift there. We know she's not going to be there. 3-0 with her. You talk about, well, I can now change the public definition of who I am. Steps up, major part of why the Chiefs lay 6. He scores 2 touchdowns. We're at 325 to 1. All right. I just gave you a gem. Here's another one. 4 to 1. Beautiful.